Pack your things and save yourself from worrying if you'll get to your destination on time. China currently has one of the largest high-speed rail networks on the planet and development isn't slowing down. China reportedly plans to construct a 13,000-kilometer high-speed rail route that would connect the Chinese mainland with Alaska by way of Siberia, eastern Russia, and an undersea tunnel. Hey there! Welcome to another episode of High Technology. If you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you would get updated when another mind-blowing video like this comes up. Today, we'll look at whether the spectacular China-Russia-Canada-American underwater bullet train could become a reality in the future and whether it is more than just a pipe dream. Technology advancements have led to the introduction of numerous innovative and impressive fuel kinds, touchless technology, robot assistance, and autonomous cars in the transportation sector. China wants to go one step further though, and is planning to build a 13,000-kilometer high-speed underwater railway line. The line will start in mainland China, travel through Siberia, cross the Bering Strait beneath the ocean for 200 kilometers into Alaska, and then continue to Canada and the US. In as little as 2 days, this underwater bullet train may carry passengers from China to the US. That's almost as fast as it would take to fly that far. Although it may seem far-fetched, underwater railway lines are already a reality thanks to Japan, which has its own underwater railway line, the Seikan Railway, that is already in operation. The 53.85-kilometer railway tunnel in Japan runs 140 meters below the surface of the ocean and connects the islands of Honshu and Hokkaido. Currently, the Seikan Tunnel is the deepest and the longest railway tunnel in the world, and 23.3 kilometers of its length are under the sea, making it the longest underwater tunnel. We're just really getting started. From California through Florida to New York, the railway may then be extended to every part of the country. Given the size of the undertaking, it is hardly surprising that the railway would cost $200 billion. That's just a modest estimate, to be honest. China recently unveiled a brand new high-speed maglev bullet train with a top speed of 385 miles per hour. You might assume a trip over such a great distance would take weeks, but the country's bullet trains are state-of-the-art. The China-Russia-Canada-America line would require 2 days to go from China to the United States. Given that it takes around 14 hours to fly from Shanghai to Los Angeles, that is quite an accomplishment. The United States will soon be surpassed by China as the world's greatest economy. The Middle Kingdom is known for its rapid development of the skyscrapers and impressive high-speed rail infrastructure that can compete with those of Europe and Japan. Even the US lacks a high-speed rail network. China's high-speed rail network is still relatively young and is owned by the government. But California is constructing an $80 billion high-speed rail network that would connect San Francisco to Los Angeles. Nearly 30 years after Japan's first Zenkinsen was inaugurated, China Railways started designing the nation's high-speed rail system in 1990. China's high-speed rail network is just as sophisticated as Japan's, despite its slow start. Furthermore, China won the competition to develop Indonesia's high-speed rail system over Japan. China started building the first section of its high-speed rail network in 1999. In 2003, the $1.9 billion rail line went into operation, and bullet trains that use it can currently travel at high speeds of 160 miles per hour. Then construction exploded in growth. China's 1,428-mile-long high-speed rail route connecting Beijing and Guangzhou was inaugurated in 2012. Only 8 hours less now separate Beijing and Guangzhou thanks to the world's longest high-speed rail route. How, therefore, has China been able to overtake Europe and Japan so quickly? Well, money is ultimately what matters. The cost of China's high-speed rail system to date ranges between $17 million and $1 million per kilometer. Despite the fact that it may seem expensive, the price is low when compared to other regions in the world. In Europe, it ranges between 25 to 39 million per kilometer, similar to the high-speed rail network in California. China has been able to reduce prices by using less regulation and inexpensive labor, which all cost approximately $56 million per kilometer. Better and faster bullet trains are continually being built in China. It goes without saying that the development of this project would be fraught with difficulties, not to mention exorbitant expenditures and, perhaps more importantly, tumultuous political relations between the US, Russia, and China. The underwater tunnel here is the longest in the world, lasting for more than 103 kilometers. Therefore, experts experts have emphasized that building the crossover at the Bering Strait would be the most difficult part of the project. It is anticipated that this project will take 12 to 15 years to complete, costing $35 billion only for the underwater link. Since the closest endpoint is 3,000 kilometers into Russia and the project in Alaska is anticipated to require more than 1,200 kilometers of new railway line, new infrastructure will need to be built in order to connect the land to the sea. The anticipated cost of building the necessary infrastructure to connect the project is over $200 billion, which detractors claim is excessive. Some people believe that building an underwater railroad from China to the United States is impossible due to the distance involved. However, China is demonstrating to the rest of the world its superior ability to construct an underwater railway. China started building the $6 billion Ningbo-Zhoushan Railway late last year, which will be the nation's first underwater high-speed rail route. The China-Russia-Canada-America line will use it as a type of test run. The Ningbo-Zhang Railway will link Zhuhai, an archipelago off the east coast, with Ningbo, a coastal city south of Shanghai. The enormous project, which will include a 10-mile underwater tunnel, is anticipated to be finished by the beginning of the following year. The bullet trains that run on the railway can accelerate to 155 miles per hour while hovering above a magnetic track. The subsea tunnel will have a main tunnel section in the middle, 3 levels of maintenance shafts on top, and an emergency track below. The tunnel will float in the water while using tethers to anchor it to the ocean floor. Passengers will be able to travel between Hangzhou and Zhoushan after the project is finished. 80 minutes later, the same journey would take more than 3 hours by automobile. The undertaking is a component of China's 1 trillion Belt and Road program, which intends to develop rail, land, and maritime trade routes from China to Southeast Asia, South Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. The question of whether China will be permitted to build an undersea train to the United States lingers. China may want to build an underwater train to the United States, but one question still remains: will it be allowed to? China could certainly work with the United States to finish this enormous project, but Canada may not be as enthusiastic. It won't be difficult to build a railway from China to Russia. China and Russia appear to get along, while relations between China and the United States are at an all-time low. The China, Russia, Canada, and America line would need to dramatically improve diplomatic relations before it could become a reality. There are yet more obstacles. The difficulty of constructing a rail route across Alaska and Canada remains even if relations between the United States and China improve. A bullet train would pose a major risk to threatened and endangered wildlife, since a large portion of the west coast of North America is made up of national, state, and provincial parks. The cost of the massive project would dramatically increase if the line were built around the parks. As spectacular as it may sound, the idea looks to be on hold for the time being. Critics continue to turn the proposal economically redundant, claiming that cargo ships and aircraft are less expensive and more effective ways to conduct business. However, as technology advances and infrastructure develops, the China-Russia-Canada-America line could one day be more than an underwater pipe dream. That would be a wrap for today's video. We hope this has been amusing to you. If you enjoyed watching, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button together with the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. This has been High Technology, serving you the best in cutting-edge contents on the highest form of technology available on the planet. Until then, we'll see you on the next one.